The integumentary system of plants includes the epidermis, cuticle, plant hairs, and glands. The integumentary system of invertebrates includes shells and exoskeletons as body covering. The integumentary system of vertebrates comprises skin, scales, feathers, hair and glands. The human integumentary system is made up of the skin that includes glands, hair, and nails. In humans, the skin protects the body, prevents water loss, regulates body temperature, and senses the external environment. Plant integumentary system. The epidermis is the main surface tissue of young plants and the covering material of all leaves. Usually the epidermis is one cell deep. Its cells have thick outer and side walls. On the parts of the plant that are above ground, the epidermal cells secrete an outer waxy cuticle that is water resistant. The thickened cell walls, together with the cuticle, prevent drying out, injury, and fungus infection. The epidermis in aerial parts of the plant gives rise to plant hairs, spines, and glands. In leaves, the epidermis develops guard cells that regulate the size of pores or stomata, which allows the exchange of gases with the atmosphere. Root epidermis lacks the waxy cuticle found in above-ground parts of the plant, allowing it to absorb water from the soil. Root hairs that increase absorbing surface arise from epidermal tissue. When a plant diameter grows, stem and root epidermis is replaced by periderm, which contains cork cells whose walls after cell death provide a protective waterproof outer covering. Invertebrate integuments. Snails, slugs, oysters, and clams are protected by a hard shell made of calcium carbonate secreted by the mantle, a heavy fold of tissue that surrounds the mollusk's internal organs. Spiders, insects, lobsters, and shrimp have bodies covered by an external skeleton, the exoskeleton, which is strong, impermeable, and allows some arthropods to live on land. The exoskeleton is composed of layers of protein and a tough polysaccharide called chitin, and can be a thick hard armor or a flexible paper-thin covering. Arthropods grow by shedding their exoskeletons and secreting a larger one in a process called molting. Vertebrate integumentary systems. Keratin, an insoluble protein in the outer layer of the vertebrate skin, helps prevent water loss and dehydration and has contributed to the successful adaptation to life on land. Keratin is also the major protein found in nails, hooves, horns, hair, and wool. Feathers, scales, claws and beaks of birds and reptiles are also composed of keratin. Human integumentary system. The human integumentary system is made up of the skin, hair, nails, and glands, and serves many protective functions. It prevents excessive water loss, keeps out microorganisms that could cause illness, and protects underlying tissue from mechanical damage. Pigments called melanin absorb and reflect the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation. The skin also helps regulate body temperature. If heat builds up, sweat glands produce more sweat, which evaporates and cools the skin. In addition, when the body overheats, blood vessels expand and bring more blood to the skin surface, allowing body heat to be lost. If the body is too cold, on the other hand, blood vessels in the skin contract, putting less blood at the body surface and conserving heat. In addition, the skin serves as a minor excretory organ, since sweat removes small amounts of nitrogenous wastes produced by the body, and functions as a sense organ since it contains millions of nerve endings that detect touch, heat, cold, pain, and pressure. Finally, the skin produces vitamin D in the presence of sunlight, and renews and repairs damage to itself. In an adult, the skin covers about 21.5 square feet, 2 square meters, and weighs about 11 pounds, 5 kilograms. Depending on location, the skin ranges from 0.02 to 0.16 inch, 0.5 to 4.0 millimeters, thick. Its two principal parts are the outer layer, or epidermis, and a thicker inner layer, the dermis. A subcutaneous layer of fatty or adipose tissue is found below the dermis. Fibers from the dermis attach the skin to the subcutaneous layer, and the underlying tissues and organs also connect to the subcutaneous layer.